Hi guys, I'm back and we're going to try something a little different today. This is really just an experiment to see if this is going to work. So I just have a 6" by 6" canvas. Really, to do an experiment with this, I probably need a much longer one to really make a really good experiment out of it. But we're going to try with just this small 6" by 6" canvas and just do a real simple version of what I would do later on. I haven't figured out quite how to use the video really well on this camera yet, so the colors are a bit off. This purple is really a very nice deep purple. It is Apple Barrel Purple Pansy. And then the pink we're using is the Anita's. This is Taffeta Pink. And we're using this blue right here. This is the Island Blue from Anita's as well. And then the dark blue is the Master's Touch Phthalo Blue. And then our white is a mixture of the Flow Acrylic and the Master's Touch Titanium White. So most of that white's probably going to sink, but for this I don't think it will really matter. So like I said, we're going to use this. It is a dryer ball, just a silicone dryer ball. And this is my little tray that I just made. And I'm going to probably just spray some silicone in here. And that way it'll sort of coat the whole bottom. And the whole idea is to do a flip cup with no silicone in the paints and roll this in the the silicone, get all the little knobs covered. Not all of them, I'll probably just do them kind of sparsely, and then roll it through your poured paint. So we'll see. So I'm going to take this off camera and spray it. I don't want to spray silicone all over the place. Okay, so our aluminum foil, you can't really see it, but maybe if I move it around, you can see that it's got silicone on it now. So we're going to set that off to the side. And I'm not going to set this on my painting just in case it kind of leaks all over everything. That way it will not... I'm going to go ahead and set my ball in there and just kind of move it around. Try not to touch too many of the little knobs sticking out, because that'll probably just take off most of the... I don't have much silicone in there, so it's probably not going to be real heavy with... I really don't know. So, like I said, there is no silicone in these paints. So I'm just going to start pouring some in. Now, my paints are pretty old. These are pretty old paints. And that one has gotten thick sitting here. So I'm not entirely sure they're going to work real well, but I don't have my truck at the moment. The husband is borrowing my truck because his truck is broke. And then when he gets his fixed, he's going to have to work on mine. Well, I'll probably work on it too, but so I have no way to go out and get fresh paints at the moment. Whoops, try not to pour that down the side there. So we're just going to use what we've got around in the house. And this should turn out pretty because it's going to be just layers of paint basically. I'm getting paint all down the sides of this. I need to quit pouring them in like that, but it will be fine. I have chosen colors that should go quite nicely together. They should play happily together when I pour them out, and we'll see what the paint does. There we go. All right, that's good enough. So I'm going to move my paint out of the way. And again, I prepared my canvas, staples in the corners to hold down the edges that are sticking up, and then push pins, as usual. All right, so we're just going to let it sit there for just a second. I got my wet washcloth, my damp washcloth, just sort of wipe all the paint off of me as we're going along. It's kind of nice to have it's really nice to have a damp washcloth lying around so you can kind of wipe off all that paint, especially when you go to use your... Wow, look at the cells. I did not mean for that to happen. Well, that makes me wonder if I had silicone in that white paint. I bet I did. Oh well, that's okay. It won't It won't matter. It'll be fine. Oops. Well, this white paint has been sitting here on my counter for, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks now, so I really don't remember whether it had silicone in it or not. I didn't see any, but my paint doesn't usually sell up that fast without silicone, so I'm pretty sure that white must have had silicone in it. Oh well. We can still try out the dryer ball. We'll see if it works or not, right? Clearly I don't need to torch this baby because it's already, wow, okay, yeah, I can see all the dimples. It definitely has silicone on it. That's funny. Just a hint too. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and, wow, I can't believe that. That is too funny. Oh, I can't believe that. They're so pretty. All those little cells are so pretty. I feel like I need a corner catcher. I do. Let's get a corner catcher real quick. Well, at least we know all the colors play happily together. Oh, and this one I can see all these little cells, like inside cells. Alrighty, let's pour a little bit of white on these edges to kind of bring out the edges of the paint, you know, easier. There we go. I cannot believe that. That is, I would say it's funny, but it's really not because I wasn't planning on that. Oh well, we'll have to do this again, and we'll make sure that all the paints, none of them have silicone in them. No big deal. No big deal. Okay. There we go. That side is so pretty, I don't want to lose any of it. Got to let some of that white come off of there. Off of that corner. There we go. Back to the center. Not even sure we need the corner catcher at this point, because really I just wanted to save those, but this is not going to be much of an experiment when the whole canvas is already covered in cells. Oh well, that's okay. Now for the other side. There we go. Wow, it's got a ton of cells on it. I don't even want to do anything to it. I really don't, but alright, let's take our gloves off because I don't want to put all this paint on my little ball. Okay. Well, let's take our little ball anyway, and I'm just kind of rolling it around in my little tray off to the side here. And we'll take it across here. Well, as you can see, it doesn't, you know, there's not too many, but you see those cells that just came up? Look at that. Well, let's take it across here. And I can watch as they grow. So it'll be a lot easier to see, but you can see how these are growing. But now you can see how these are getting bigger. It's not a terrible experiment. It's not completely successful, obviously. Let's go across this little corner here to get that corner. See how the little dots are? I hope you guys are in focus. Oh yeah, good, okay. Wow, I mean, this is a great way to get cells if you don't want to mix it into your paint. Look at that. They're different though. If you look at these cells compared to these cells, they look really quite different. Now this I don't like right there at all. So I think what I'm going to do is see if we can, I don't think there's anything I can do about that. I was thinking maybe if we took like a toothpick and put silicone on it and touched it in there, maybe we could get it to react again. So let's see. Get my little thing here. Just dip my toothpick in, and we're gonna set it in the center and see what happens. See if anything will come up. No, I don't think anything's gonna come up right there. And I'm just kind of dotting where I kind of want to see something else happen. I think maybe like right up here. There we go. Yeah. I don't like this section right in here. It's there's too much color through there. But you can see how this works. I mean, it actually worked pretty well. It actually worked quite well. I don't care for these cells, you know, as much as these. These are definitely prettier, in my opinion. But this is just really irking me right there. Other than those two spots, I like the painting a lot. But look what the silicone did. I'll have to give you a close-up of those two. That's where I touched it with the toothpick. So let's just go ahead and get you down so you can kind of see. That is just like an overwhelming amount of... Okay, so you can kind of see right there where the silicone was touched with the toothpick and put into the painting. And they kind of, a lot of them do that. They're very kind of washy in the center, and these are all the chameleon cells, if you will. Look how different they look. They almost look like eyeballs. So those are the cells we've gotten with the dryer ball. Quite neat. But then if we go across over here and we look at the cells, look at those cells. Wow. I definitely like these cells better. I mean, look at those little bitty cells, if I can keep it in focus. Look at those those are teeny tiny. But look at the rings in them. There's like a, I don't know, a fish staring back at me. But look at all the lines in these cells, especially that one right there. I'm fixing to put my hand in the painting, I think. So an interesting difference in cells, for sure. I need to figure out how to do autofocus on this phone. Okay, so even though this experiment was kind of a failure, it was also kind of a success. Definitely have to do this again with paint that has no silicone in it, obviously. So we'll do a bigger, probably an 8x8. Try out an 8x8. Maybe something bigger if I have another bigger canvas sitting around. But for our first time using this technique, it actually went pretty well. So I'm pretty excited about that, about the possibility. We'll have to try this maybe with some pre-mixed pouring paints and see how it does with the pre-mixed pouring paints. We'll see. So this was just sort of a fun experiment for today. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it, and I want to thank you all for supporting my channel, and in whatever ways that you do. And please, if you have a moment, please share and like my videos, especially if you share them. They're not you know, they're not getting out there as much as I would like to see them. So if you guys would share the videos for me, and subscribe. You know, if you're not a subscriber, it will, you know, it's nothing to subscribe, and I'd really, really, really greatly appreciate it. And yeah, so this is where I'm going to leave you. It's been a few weeks since I've actually produced a video, so I feel like I'm talking a little choppy. I'm sorry for that, but a lot going on around here. So thank you all for watching. I love you all. See you later. Bye.